Hey Scrappy friends, welcome back. It is Helen here for the Hey Little Magpie creative team. I have a layout today that I created whilst at the crop last weekend, and I am using Tim Holtz Stress Inks. I'm using some Hey Little Magpie brand new stamps, which I showed you at the beginning of the video there, and the Vicky Boughton mixed media pad. Now I'm using the watercolour paper from the mixed media pad. You could also do this on heavyweight mixed media cardstock as well. So I'm using this direction stamp set from Hey Little Magpie. I'm just conditioning the stamp there with an eraser, and I have created a sketch with an idea of what I want to do. So I'm just going to pull off the branding strip there, the hanging strip from the pack. And what I actually forget to wet the card when I start. So this is a do as I say, not as I do moment. Wet the card where you're going to stamp. I've inked the stamp up and then sprayed it with a little bit of water. It hasn't given me the watercolour effect I wanted because I forgot to wet the card. Okay, so going forward, I wet the section I'm going to be stamping onto each time. I've then inked the stamp up, spritzed the stamp with some water, and then stamped it. Just 2 pumps on the spritz I've done. Not really necessary if you're stamping into water as well. I just like the effect. I've skipped the Fossilised Amber and gone on to the green, which is Mowed Lawn, and then going straight into Uncharted Mariner. Cleaning the stamp off each time, not a huge deal when going to something that is next to each other on the colour wheel. With distress inks, you would need to clean it off really with oxides because they taint the ink pad, whereas it doesn't so much with distress inks. From the Uncharted Mariner, I've gone to Speckled Egg, then Lost Shadow, and then to Spun Sugar. The bottom 2 are picked raspberry and spice marmalade. I've missed Fossilised Amber out, which I forget when I'm doing this next row. So you'll see me make that mistake shortly. I also make a mistake here where I stamp this Fossilised Amber at the top, and I don't want it at the top, I want it at the bottom. So luckily what's going at the top is a picked raspberry, and it'll stamp nicely over the Fossilised Amber. So as I said, these brand new stamp sets, these are designed by Sarah for Hey Little Magpie. I absolutely adore this huge chevron that's in the direction set. You'll see me use another stamp from this set shortly after I finish building this background. I am scrapping 3 photos of myself and baby I, and these were taken by his mum actually, so I'll show you them shortly. And we are just, as I said, building up this background with the watercolour. You might have seen this background being built on an Instagram reel last week. I've also put it up as a YouTube short on my channel, and also on over on my TikTok as well. I'd posted it too. Just wanted to, share the work and show these stamps off because the set's absolutely gorgeous. Here's the bit where I forgot I skipped Fossilised Amber the first time round. I then wonder why it doesn't fit all the stamps in the same way as it did the other way. And that's when I realised I'd stamped Fossilised Amber this time and I hadn't on the original bit coming up the middle. I did the muddle first of all to give me the size in either side. I have positioned the card on my stamp mat, on my craft mat. I had originally positioned it anyway, it's moved now. So it was halfway and I could use the 6-inch halfway mark on the stamp mat as a guide. It still went wonky. As you can see, it's still crooked. It's fine though. I kind of think it adds to the whole effect. And here I am covering that accidental spun sugar up with some picked raspberry. So I do dry this off. I leave it a little bit to dry and then me and my impatience, I get a piece of paper towel and just dab that over the top to pick up any extra moisture. So these are 3 photos of baby I and myself. As I said, his mum took these when we were out for coffee last week, and just going to use the little uh, mark making chevron stamp here just to give a little bit of detail around the photos. So the top one, I actually don't stamp the second part low enough, so I end up having to stamp that again. I realise after I've cleaned the stamp off and the block, and end up having to get stamps back out again. I just look at all those stamps on that sheet. I'm going to use these so much. Then decide that I want to put a bit of definition around the chevrons, especially considering the paler ones at the ends of the rows. So I've got my my pen out there, and I'm just drawing around roughly. I'm really not that precious about them being very exact. I like the look where you've got white bits or the inks over, the black pens over the painted ink. So, I'm really not very precious about this being exact. I'm also going all the way around, even the ones that are going to be covered by the photo, just to make sure I'm not missing a bit that isn't covered. So once I've done all that, I'm then ready to start sticking. So I get the photo stuck down. I do actually, the one in the middle, I'd forgot my foam pads, and thankfully Rachel next to me had some. So the main photo in the middle, I do actually pop up on some foam pads. I am pairing this with Pretty Little Studio Good Vibrations, which is why I've used the inks. I have done these are the inks that Sarah had swatched out for her layout earlier in the month using this collection. And I thought, you know what, the hard work's been done for me there. I'm going to use the same inks that Sarah used because she, found pretty good matches for the papers with what she found. Sarah used distress oxides, and this page would work equally with distress oxides as well. I think it'll give a completely different look to the stamping because you'll have that oxidized look on it being wet. I think that would be a really nice effect as well to use the distress oxides for this technique. So my title is Me, Myself and I because it's baby I. I first of all went for that ampersand from the new Hey Little Magpie metal dies, which I love, but then felt that it was maybe a little bit too big. I couldn't quite get the eye to sit where I was happy. So I've got the other font for the stickers from Good Vibrations out, and I've just put the typeface of Ant and popped a black line around that. I'm thinking I might have to go back in around the alphas, actually, around the Me, Myself and I, because putting that and on the stark white with the black box next to it, the eye's kind of lost. So I might actually go back in and have a look around that. Have a look on the close-ups at the end. Let me know what you think. Should I add something to those stickers? Let me know in the comments if you feel that it might benefit from that, and just to make those letters pop a bit more. Whilst we're on about the comments, if you're not already a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comments what you've enjoyed about the video. Not sure what to say, pop a scrappy emoji for the sake of engagement. I am just scattering some of the die cut ephemera now from the pack around, and you'll also see down the right hand side there those epoxy flare that I've created with my wax seals. So that's the 1-inch blank wax seal stamp from Hey Little Magpie with it was different gold. It was Coffee Lovers was the wax bead collection, and I've just mixed different ones of the golds together from that. I've then used 1-inch circle punch with the back of the 6x6 paper pad to cut out the swatch and stuck them into the middle of the wax seals with a naked epoxy flare over the top to make my own flare. So you saw that me making them in my last video for Hey Little Magpie, and if you're not sure on how I put them together, pop on back to my 5th of June Hey Little Magpie video. I'll link it below for you. So the back of those wax seals, I have got the 3M self-adhesive dots, or double-sided adhesive dots, I should say, and then everything else I'm just popping a dot of wet glue behind, because they're already in place, and it's just a really quick way of getting it all laid out. This is more or less finished now. I think I've got about a minute to go. I'm just going to pop some of the stickers from on the sticker sheets around, and also from one of the label cut apart sheets, I cut the pink label off, the lightest pink label off. I cut that behind in half, and that's goes tucks below the bottom left photo there, and that's just somewhere for me to add the date and a little bit of journaling, which I will do off camera. Some close-ups coming up for you. Don't forget to check out everybody else on the Hey Little Magpie channel. Have a great day. Take care. Bye bye.